I'll go ahead and do that.
Go for it.
3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, I am Omega. Welcome back to the Day Night Show matches. We're going to be casting Dauntless versus Ottr tonight. We received these replays from their match on Saturday, but as due to the internet problems that Mr. Zero Lambda was happening, we're not able to cast him until now. However, we believe his internet is probably okay.
Thumbs up so far. We'll see.
Thumbs up so far.
We'll see what
It
happens.
was able to stay online for an entire 24 hours.
Hey, 24 hours.
At least we think so.
24 compared to the 40 we were missing.
Yeah, it was not. It's not so good, you know.
No, the ratio is kind of low.
Yeah. The good news is though he's back, so I'm gonna not solo cast the rest of this one like I did the previous match, which was bracing for me because it brought back some interesting memories while I was doing it. But it was you know, I'd rather not have to do that all the time.
Who's back?
And your eyes are not fooling you. This is in fact a platinum and a gold player.
Yes.
I mean a diamond and a gold player.
Or diamond and a gold.
Ottr and Dauntless, however, participate in the same practice group. They're very familiar with each other, and Ottr actually was like, when she lost her previous opponent, was like, "Can I just play Daunt?" And I'm like, "If you're recommending it, sure." I wasn't gonna do that, but if you wanna, go for it.
Right. All right, so you can still hear me, right?
Oh yeah, I can still hear you.
All right, okay.
No one's crashed. No one's died.
No, we're still good so far.
I didn't hit the record button. I hit the record button. Anyway, in the top left part of the map, we have our pink Zerg player. It is none other than Dauntless.
And Dauntless's opponent's spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is Lawyer, Ottr.
That's right. So as they're reminding, the SC are saying here, that's not Legacy of the Void. They were actually originally scheduled to do that. Both players then discovered that, in fact, they hadn't practiced. So they decided the Legacy of the Void might not be a good idea. Which is actually going back to a sentiment that I think a lot of people have said, is that the game does appear to be, at least right now, maybe a little bit more intimidating.
Yeah, well, when they're changing macro mechanics around, that's the fundamentals of the game. I can see why that would be a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, it does make you somewhat worried. Though it is definitely a little bit of a harder game right now. I mean, especially if you play Protoss, it's actually just not having a thing that really occupies the space of the Colossus anymore. It means that you have to completely rethink how you approach engagements. It's a lot more playing like parting, if you know what I mean. A lot more simultaneous attacks and controlling a lot of things on the map than it is about gathering the big super army. It doesn't really happen unless you're going air.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's new stuff. I'm super excited for when the game comes out in November, because then we're going to see the really good players who focus on HOTS exclusively just jump over to this, and that's when we're going to see the real potential of all this new stuff.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I think that'll be a good sort of a test run for it, especially right after release, and everybody's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I haven't been following the Legacy of the Void tournaments.
Yeah, and there's been a lot to follow, frankly. I don't really blame you too much for that. Everything should become a lot more consistent over the next week or two, because they're gonna start dropping a lot of the macro mechanics, like adjustments, and going into balance. But yeah, they were split 50-50 on how to handle that, and they seem to have come to a compromise. Hopefully it'll be what they're looking for in the end.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it.
So far we have Ottr having gotten a Overlord into position. The natural sees that Dauntless does not have a natural in ZVZ at the 3-minute and 50-second mark, which is making her think, I'm going to get attacked soon. So, as you can see here, we have a few lings being hidden in the back of the base. The number's piling up a little bit past 6. Speed is being researched. He's attempting to hide this. I think it's not going to be... we'll probably see all these lings dart across the map while this expansion is coming up. Dauntless aims to probably pressure the expansion of Ottr while getting his... getting his expansion of his own. Ottr seems to be anticipating this, is getting a lot of lings. Not going to have speed. Is going to have a spine crawler, though.
Spine crawler definitely going to help if you can play Ring Around the Rosie for a few minutes. Pick off some of those lings as they run into the base here. Yep. About to finish for Dauntless. It's going to be a nice advantage for him. Ottr hasn't gotten speed started yet. But it's going to be a little bit of disadvantage when he gets across the map.
Oh god, I have to inject crap. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Somebody's been playing Legacy.
You know, he says that, but his queen is totally low on energy. Is he mind gaming her?
Maybe he is.
I don't think. It's like, I'm like, well, you can't inject right now. So, okay. I have a feeling his reflexes were just doing it anyway. He might not have even realized it.
Could be. This could be.
No, but I'm thinking this is my game. So we have a few Lings and a Spinecrawler here as well as a Queen. There are some defenses. We'll see if it's going to be adequate. Ling's get a great concave, of course, for Dauntless. Great surround. There isn't really a way that he won't in this situation. But there are two Queens and a Spinecrawler here, and they are doing a number to the Lings here. But it's not quite enough just yet. They're going to make their way into the mineral line now and start working on the workers, but Lings are just about to pop in defense.
That's pretty quick going straight after these drones. Oh, the speed is brutal. They're trying to skip up the ramp, but they're eventually gonna fall here. Focusing on the queen right now. Gonna kill the macro for Ottr, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty rough. He's unfortunately not done any damage to the worker line, so the actual economy potential of Ottr has not been affected in the slightest. Having her natural up a little bit quicker as a result of that is probably going to give her a little bit more strength going forward. And you can even see that she's still droning up. No fear.
Still building drones.
Nope. Got to put down another Spinecrawler, getting another queen, refilling. But she's checking in up here. She's like, "Oh, you got an expansion. Oh, okay. So I don't have another wave of Lings only coming at me."
Oh, this is gonna hurt Ottr. She's got another Overlord on the way, but still gonna keep her capped on the supply if it dies.
Yeah, and that probably won't get away. He's got marine range.
Yep.
If his queens. Can you believe that once upon a time they had like a range of 3?
3?
Yeah. They upgraded it with like early in wings.
That's insane. That's way too low.
It was. They had like no early game defense against things like bunkers.
There's no utility for those at all. I mean, wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I think they might have done more damage or something to compensate, but yeah, the increased range ended up being a huge boost in defense. By the way, more Lings getting to the base here. We have Roach Warren coming down. This is like the worst place to put that, by the way, because they're immediately going to probably target. No, he wants to go for the Jugular, and he's going to go for the other Queen again. I think still just trying to restrict maybe the production of his opponent as much as he can. Lings are being made, however, and the drones are actually going to fight back, not really doing any stacking micro, though. Oh, trying to... There we go, okay. They survive more or less. More Lings starting to pop out. We have another Queen coming up here as well. And this is mostly better for Ottr than it is for Dawn by a wide margin, but it looks like Ottr is going to survive this. Again, with about the same worker count at the end of the day.
Defender's advantage really coming in handy there. 32 Lings coming out, though, for Dauntless, and he can just run those straight across the map. Ottr really doesn't have anything. I mean, she's got a single Spinecrawler. There are no Queens.
Yeah, this kind of defense would be a little bit better if there was another building and a Queen here to choke this off. But we're not seeing that. It looks like Ottr wants to build toward that kind of setup, though.
Yep. And here comes the next wave. Dauntless sending them across the map. Otter's got to know this is coming. I mean, you know, she's down.
She does, but she doesn't have anything. She's trying to build more drones. Yeah.
Looking pretty bleak here.
I guess he's just taking too much damage. Over and over again to the defenses, never really able to build up quite properly. But Dauntless does take game 1.
Pretty quick there too, actually. Probably not as fast as a normal ZVZ, but fast nonetheless. Alright, one moment. I think I may have found the source of our sound problems. Skype is not linking in. Audio device.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and actually... Let me restart this for the moment. I'll be right back. Uh-oh. Oh, now I can't hear you at all. Right now.
Hello?
Ah, much better.
Do I need to make myself louder again?
No, you are perfect now. Actually, I was shuffling the other night some default devices in my panel, and I think I may have broke something, but it's good now. Yeah, I just needed to restart Skype. I think I forgot to redo that when. You can hear me though. I don't sound too loud.
No, although Skype did reset its volume the instant the call opened.
That's okay.
So,
It's actually great now. So I think we're back on track. So. All right, let's grab game 2. Terraform.
yeah, and you're louder than you were before and clearer as well.
Okay. All right.
Just
Yeah.
enough.
It might. I don't know. It's probably Skype getting devices drivers. So.
But yeah, I have my own local recording going, so it's just like, I could cut the recording, or I could just keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
No. I left everything running. We should be okay. There we go. So why don't we hop into game 2?
Sounds fine with me.
Good.
I am actually probably going to leave, like, if the Twitch VODs are functional,
we'll
probably just upload those, because it's less effort.
Yeah, that sounds good. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that was part of the reason I suggested it. I was like, I can be in touch, some extra work. There we go. Anyway, we are back to our ZVZ. This is game 2, Dauntless having taken game 1. We are on Terraform Ladder Edition, and in the top left part of the map, we have the aforementioned pink Zerg, Dauntless.
Dauntless, his opponent spawning the bottom right-hand corner of the map. The orange Zerg player is Ottr.
This time I'm going to remember to actually, like, properly observe, because I didn't do that last game.
Yeah, sounds good. Just in case, local recording.
Kind of fascinating for this game in particular, like, if this works, if maybe one day we will, like, upload all of these.
Huh.
Get kind of, like, a different perspective.
Multi-perspective kind of thing. You know, I love the way that they would do that at the tournaments, how they would capture the player's screen too, and they would go into first person and stuff. They did more of that kind of thing in Code S, and I loved watching. They had like Don Regu. I think they did that too once. I saw Pult, but he did first person mode on Pult. Got to watch the camera fly around and see exactly where he was looking. It's kind of cool.
That was funny. I think that happened at the season 3 finals. And I think Rotterdam was like, well, okay, this is making me sick. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, no, because it's crazy, because I didn't even know until recently, actually, watching Huck stream. You can set camera hotkeys locations.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, you can set camera control groups, and you can double tap them kind of like a control group and recall immediately. That's insane. I didn't even know that.
I guess I just kind of assumed you knew, because I had been aware of that since before we started doing this, partly because of Day 9, actually. Like that mechanics video he did, he talks about that.
Oh, okay.
And he rebinds them to F1 through F4, so fancy little side story for a moment. I've never really used the select all button that was added in HOTS because it was bound to F2.
Oh, yeah.
I used it as a screen hotkey, so I immediately unbound it and didn't use it. I put it on some other random key and just never use it. I think in campaign I click on it occasionally, but that's it.
Yeah, it's bad mechanics, honestly. You shouldn't use that as a crutch. You need to make sure you got your control group straight, because that can really screw you up, especially once you start getting into silver and gold level stuff where those sorts of mechanics really matter. Yeah.
But the screen hotkeys actually they are really good. In fact, just even if you only ever use one, setting one for your rally point is extremely smart.
Oh yeah, no, I can imagine that would be awesome. Just look
really
straight.
Helps.
Yep, straight to the rally point.
But anyway, yeah, talking about the game here so far, both players have gone for typical expansion-oriented openings. Nobody, I believe, has grabbed speed just yet. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a slower game than last one. I mean, in ZVC terms, it gets delayed.
You know, neither player taking any gas. Yep, no opening for upgrades here. Just straight hardcore econ. Both players building drones. Minimal amount of army supply here on the field.
No, and I like this approach from Dauntless, by the way, going in the first game, going for something a lot more aggressive, because that is the best time to do it. That's more than likely about going to throw your opponent off their game a little bit. If it does go into a macro game next time, they might be thinking about that. It makes things a little bit harder for them from a series standpoint.
Oh yeah, the mind games definitely, especially if you can tilt them first game. The rest of the series is pretty good for you anyway. And Ottr seems to be reliving last game a little bit, getting that cautionary spine crawlers in case her opponent's doing anything cheeky. Even though she poked an Overlord here and at the natural, can see that he's expanded.
I think this is actually part of her standard build. The only thing that's different this time is that there isn't one in the main base. There was one last time. But yeah, it looks like she's doing essentially the same thing, except this time she knows she's not being harassed, so she's like building the wall.
Oh yeah, building the wall straight up. Yep, getting that creep tumor right there too. That creep spread out.
This is actually all very like nicely laid out. It's pretty.
I love good SimCity. I'm a sucker for good SimCity. Especially as Protoss, because
part of why being Protoss is so much fun.
Oh yeah, well, I would call that fun, but
your SimCity needs to be Six City, or you're living in Dead
It has to be Six City. It will be Raccoon City. Especially if you're fighting against a Terran. They just nuke the shit out of you.
Accurate, fairly accurate. I can't disagree.
Oh. So, yeah, I'm just going to say both players opening 2 gas now. Both geysers full here. Dauntless getting the 3rd gas.
So 13 supply ahead for Dauntless right now, and that's really only just because of the queens that he's using to expand the creep. Nothing else is really... Well, okay, never mind.
Nope.
He's now vastly ahead in workers, and Ottr was briefly supply blocked.
Yep, that's kind of painful. She had a couple Overlords on the way. Actually, 2 more are going to pop on top of those, so... I mean,
I think part of the reason for this is, Dauntless has focused almost exclusively on economy, has not grabbed any evolution chambers or Roach Warren or really tech other than Hive, and you can see now he's going up into Bane's, maybe? Roach Warren? He changed his mind? Evolution chambers? Okay. Thought I saw Bane's for a second. You just classic VB Miss Micro that all Typer individuals are aware of. We have a 3rd hatchery going down here over on the left side of the map, and it looks like this is how Daunt is aiming to get an advantage this game. He's also incredibly rich at the moment, which is always a little awkward in a strategy game.
Yeah, you're not... I mean, he could have probably been doing some damage to Ottr right now. He's got 1,000. Slings are really cheap. But saving up for that Spire, I think that's what he was doing here. Not really a Muta switch at this point. It's just
he's
kind of
still going to have too much gas, though. I mean, too much minerals. He's going to have like 700 extra minerals.
Yeah, it's going to be enough for about 5 or 6 mutas here, but he can easily supplement that with lings. But he's going to need to keep an eye on his supply because that's going to skyrocket. He's only got 50 available.
So this game, it's looking a little bit more like he might have maybe not paid as much attention to the ejects, at least the natural.
Oh no! And Ottr is going hardcore into Roach Tech. This is going to be super painful. These mutas are going to pop. She's got +1 range. Oh no.
This is like not the hardest thing to fight off, but she's going to need to secure a 3rd while this is going on, which I think is going to be like the linchpin of this situation. However, it's also true that she could just simply build enough roaches to walk across the map and blow up all of his crap before he can do much about it, and I like this. But so far, she's still kind of sticking to a defensive posture, which is fine. Like, honestly, it doesn't take much to drive away mutas. You can build, like, your static defenses are just so good against the mutas as Zerg.
Hasn't got an Overlord, though, in there to scout this, unfortunately, so it's going to be too little too late. I mean, they may fly by this Overlord here that she's got positioned up at the front, but it's going to be hard to get those Spore Crawlers up in time before they start doing damage. 11 Mutalisks, straight up.
And yeah, he still has about 500 extra minerals, but it's not that bad.
He's dumping it all into drones, 26 drones.
Yeah, it's going
to... He's going to populate that 3rd base, no problem.
So he's going to have even more minerals, is what we're saying. Meanwhile, Ottr has a similar problem, now hanging up in the 900 extra mineral range. Both players probably not playing as efficiently as they could, but, you know, that's all right. Here's the thing, yeah, he's moving around the map, kind of giving away that these things are here, and for some reason he's not really... He just left that Overlord alive. I guess he wanted it to...
Oh, yeah, no, he could have easily done that to Ottr further. She's still, like, 10 supply behind. These roaches are not going to help her.
Oh, and unfortunately she didn't, like... really what she needed is the instant that her overlords started getting attacked, she needed to have spore crawlers down, and it's coming as a reaction now rather than then, unfortunately. And this is going to be pretty painful. It's going to lose a lot, but the double spore at each base is going to drive these away, at least at the natural, because focused him down there. Let's see if he has enough, and hip hop. And you can see that, like, yeah, if they were to stick around, they would all die. 2 spores are nothing to sneeze at.
Ottr doing the right thing here too, going for a counterattack down to this third base, easily picking off this hatchery, no problem.
So all the investment he just did in those drones, gone. Along with that hatchery. And okay, yeah, you've got Mutalisks. Your Mutalisks are awesome, but the Lings are all just going to die, and the Roaches don't die very quickly, and Ottr left.
Nope. Daunt left.
Daunt left.
Ottr
Daunt
takes the game.
Ties it up I can't read. I'm sorry. Ottr takes game 2.
Okay, they look similar, I guess.
No.
I mean, the names are only, like, completely different lengths and different colors in the chat. I don't know.
I appreciate your brief attempt to make
I'm sorry, buddy. I tried.
You're apologizing for your failure to make me not feel better about the failure.
Yes, exactly.
Boy.
I think we got this down. All right, cool. So game 3 coming at you on Iron Fortress here. You need a break, sir.
I'm good.
All right.
If you want to take one.
Nope, I got a Mountain Dew. I'm all set.
Okay.
The first Mountain Dew I've had in... Well, I just restocked the refrigerator today. Yeah, nice. I know my life is so exciting. Mountain Dew, I stocked the fridge. I'm so excited.
Hey, it's fine, dude. I have an interesting story with that in K-cups for coffee, but...
oh, no!
So my dad... yeah, anyway, let's introduce the players first.
All right, well...
Sorry, I basically go 100% tasteless on all of you. But anyway, in the top right of the map, we have our pink Zerg player currently tied with his opponent. It is Dauntless.
Loose. And his opponent spawning the top left-hand corner of Iron Fortress 4-player map, ladies and gentlemen, is Ottr. So yes, all I heard was K-cup.
Okay, so that's kind of like the shorthand term for Keurig cups that are used in that coffee machine thing, right?
Okay, all right.
Now, my dad is kind of a quintessential guy in a lot of ways.
Okay.
In that he is a person that takes the path of least resistance to the thing that he needs.
Yep, that's totally cool.
But he may not go out of his way to secure the path of least resistance.
So, is he the type to delegate?
So what I mean by that is he may recognize the Keurig cups are more expensive than using that thing that lets you just fill it up with ground coffee, right?
Right.
So that's what he'll do.
You just get the Keurig cups.
He'll get the custom version, right? Now, the thing is, that's what he's willing to pay for. If I or my mom decide to purchase the K-cups, that is now the path of least resistance. So for some strange reason, once when we bought a pack of these, because I was asking my mom, like, it'd be nice to have a few of those, because I would like to not always have to grind up the coffee beans before I do this.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, sure. So she gets me a couple of these boxes at like Sam's Club or something. It's a decent bulk variety of them. Huh. And 75% of them disappear in 3 days. Because my dad takes half of them to the office.
Oh, no.
And I'm sitting here going,
There were more of these here a second ago.
I mean, I'm like, technically he's paying for these, so this is fine. But I'm like, maybe I should stock my own.
Not going to get any. Yeah, well, all I have to say is we have a similar situation here with the soda.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about that one.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I don't begrudge my dad that. I mean, he's cool. He's like, it's whatever. I kind of like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'd probably do the same thing, maybe.
Right.
And it's not like I put my name on it. He respects that. If you put your name on something, he respects it. So it's not like I did that. And I was sitting here going, maybe I should have done that. Oh well.
Until the marker wears off in the refrigerator. That's fair game.
So my mom's solution to this is the next time she went to the store, she bought like twice as much. Now it's not a problem. He still has the previous box in the office.
Double the stock, right? There's enough for everybody.
And the thing is, I'm not necessarily a huge coffee drinker, but anytime you're streaming, it actually does help a lot. So.
Oh, it does. It does. Caffeine is guaranteed to. I mean, much like programmers, we are code machines that we convert caffeine into code. So.
I think we should actually, yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to stop again. I'm going to stop going 100% iceless and
Oh, come on.
start talking about the game. Just kidding, guys. He's my favorite caster. But anyway, we have speed being researched by both players right now. Daunt is effectively going with the same build as last time. Build a lot of lings, get speed, surprise your opponent. Ottr is like, you know what? Sounds like a good plan. So she's getting lings, getting speed, and then getting a Baneling Nest.
Baneling Nest. That's going to be brutal, too, because I mean, he loves putting that early minerals into these lings, and they're going to be, oh, man, the Baneling Nest is going to be complete by the time they get there.
Oh, he might kill her before she gets any.
He's going to run right in here, and I mean, all he's got to do is get a concave. He's got speed before she does. Just this 5-second window is
Defender's advantage. There is a queen here as well. She really should just keep these lings close to the ramp there. And yeah, by the way, these are campaign-styled lings. You know when they have speed. Oh, man, the wings are huge.
Oh, yeah, they're huge. Unfortunately, they can't jump up cliffs in multiplayer.
No, and they don't get automatic +2 attack, because that was fair.
No, that was totally fair. You know that.
I picked them every time because of that. When I realized that, like, oh, they get automatic +2? Jeez, why would I ever pick the other one? But anyway, yeah, we can see that there's a ling battle going on in the middle of the map, and much like the middle of the map, in front of Daunt's base, much like Muta battles, you can't really tell who's winning until it's kind of over.
Yep, pretty much. Daunt had a decent concave there, got a good surround, and both players walk away with the same number of links as they had. So.
Yep, and now banelings are being made on one side. The tech advantage for Ottr at the moment is extremely huge, but it will be matched by Daunt fairly shortly as he is building more lings and Baneling Nest of his own, as he's realized what his opponent is now doing.
There we go, Roach Warren coming down too. He's planning for the mid game here. Otter's going to be in super good position here.
See how good her Baneling micro is. Her lings are running out to the side. Oh, she's actually going to catch the Banelings while they are being created, and her own Banelings are going to just waltz right in. And she's... Yeah, he's trying to micro around until his own Banelings finish, which this is working to a degree, and it looks like this one Baneling survived. Okay, cool. Just gotta go hug some friends, enemy friends, or the lings could all die before he gets there. Yep. ZVZ's awesome, man.
ZVZ is crazy. Otter's sending all of her links. Dauntless is 26 on the way. She's got 18 on herself, and I believe these are all rallied too. Yep,
yeah, she really should take these lings at the front, run them back, turn them into Banelings, maybe on this plateau by the third, and yeah, that did not end well.
Nope, not quite, and lings turning around.
Gonna get a couple more Banelings made at the back, and it's just gonna go back and forth until someone either loses all their lings or they move into roaches.
Yep, Dauntless got the plan. He's droning up behind this. He's expecting to do some.
So he's ready for the attack. Oh nope, his Banelings are not ready. The attack starts before he's ready, but the Banelings are not being ordered to join the fray. So most of Otter's lings lost, but
that's one way to neutralize the enemy's Banelings. Unfortunately, there are now. Ottr, she needs to.
Oh, but there's one live Baneling right. Oh, it dies on a ling that has nothing to do with the fight.
Very good. Ling's going at it again. Dauntless pulling out the.
He wins that fight pretty handily, though.
Here, concave. Yep.
Here comes the attack on the opponent's ability to make more lings. Nope, he's gonna go for the main.
Ottr's playing from behind. Got the triple. Ooh, Baneling's taking out all of her Zerglings. Been getting trapped. This is looking bad for Ottr.
So yeah, unfortunately, I know that like Ottr is in Europe right now. By the way, this is not the kindest matchup to lag.
Nope, definitely not.
I think we just saw a little of that in action.
Yep, and these drones are just going to evaporate. They have such low health, his lings are going to chew right through them.
That said, some of it too might just be. I mean, this is just a hard matchup. You need really good APM, and I think Daunt just maybe he's a little bit more experienced with it. But anyway. There you go. 2-1 goes to Dauntless. Pretty good series, actually. That last game was kind of like the kind of awesome, action-oriented ZVZ that we sometimes get.
Yeah, pretty good. Oh, like you said, knife fight in the dark. I like using that analogy.
No, it's
in the closet. Yeah, not even in the dark closet. There we go. We'll combine the two.
And sometimes there's another analogy you can throw in for this. Sometimes ZVZ is a showdown at high noon.
It's the final
Because you walk to the center and you look at each other, That's when you build your hatcheries,
Yep.
and then nobody makes any lings, and you build roaches, and that's when they're walking back.
Get the standoff thing going
Distance.
on.
Then they turn around, and whoever has more roaches wins.
Yeah, it's chase them home, and then oh shit. That sounds.
And sometimes you miss each other, and then there's like bobbing and weaving. That's when you get like hydras and infestors.
Sounds pretty accurate to me. You lock them down with fungals and game. So cool.
Yep.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for you tonight. That series goes to Dauntless. Congratulations, sir. What plan we got for these next round? We still got a few replays to do, or is that it?
We haven't received them yet, but there should be some more that we'll get.
Okay.
And yeah. So our next immediate thing, while we're waiting for that, which we are waiting for, I guess I can have state that much.
Sure, why not?
We are waiting for games from Death Row versus Fade because they didn't get to play. Let me mark this as casted. And then we're waiting for Fenton versus Gurthang 3.
Oh,
and
that's 3, yeah.
Versus Mercury 3. Fenton versus Gurthang will be on Legacy. So that'll be fun.
Yep, that'll be great. Nice to see some Legacy getting our feet wet.
That's right. Soon you won't have a choice!
Soon we're going to be moving our format on. You're going to be left behind, unfortunately. To get a evil laugh from the coordinator. Gonna need to get up to par with Legacy of Void, guys.
That will also mark the. I can just say this officially. We will allow Archon show matches.
Yes, Archon show matches.
Basically, I'm saying do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Participate in a few ourselves.
Absolutely, especially if we, like I said, if we make these. Well, anyway, that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, we are essentially done with this particular cast.
Oh, tease.
See you guys next time.